Happy Friday. How's it going? It's it's me, your pal Chris, in in the house, ready to live stream and draw some names and have some fun. And I just sorry, I'm a little distracted because I just remembered that I made this. Let me see if I can make it go on the screen real quick I made this dancing butt man, and I'm kinda happy about it, um, and it's on Giphy, so what that means is that if you're, like, doing an Instagram story or something like that, or anywhere where Giphy is there, just search for my name, and you can put this little animated GIF on your story. Can you believe that? You could do that. It's a fun thing to do. Everyone everyone likes to see a dancing butt man. Also, there's a new I put a little butt man in the emoji, so if you're a channel member, you can put a butt with a face in the chat. So that's one of the perks if you're a channel member. But they're only the best for my special members. Couple quick announcements as always. I got itchy eyeball. Before that's not one of the announcements. That's not one of the announcements. Um, Before we start drawing names, the new hoodie is up for pre-order in the shop. I believe that they should be arriving next week, and then they will be shipping immediately. Some of the because it was a limited edition run of screen printed hoodies, and I split them up between the green and the black. Some of the sizes for specific colors are running out, so if you want one, head over to the shop. You can use the promo code LIVE. You could also grab one of the Care About Other People shirts because we still got some of those. Some of the sizes only have like 2 shirts left. So, uh, again, these are limited edition screen printed, so they're not like print on demand. So when they run out, they run out. What else? My new Skillshare class, Repeat Patterns, just became a staff pick. So pretty excited about that. If you want to learn about a quick and easy way to make patterns using Adobe Fresco and Capture, both are free apps. That class, I think, will help you out with that. And if you use the link in the description, you can get, I think, a 1 month free trial of Skillshare. So you could do it for free. Speaking of classes, I've been working behind the scenes with Matt, who, you see him in the chat with his wrench. He's the one helping me gather names and questions so that I can draw and not constantly be monitoring the chat. He's been helping me to get some of my previous classes up on my website directly so that if you didn't want to use Skillshare, you would still be able to get some of my classes. So stay tuned for that information. So thanks, Matt, for your help with that as always. Um, did you see my video where I painted this big giant mural? This was last week's video. I got paint all over my head. Uh, Check it out. Also, just quick shout out to all of my patrons, especially the official Piascikos and above, who get their name drawn and included in all the videos I make while they are active patrons. I couldn't do it without you all. You are my heroes, and I love you all very, very much. This is the current lineup of just absolute rock stars. I post stuff on Patreon all the time. I posted some new drawings that I was working on just last night. There's many tiers. You could just be down with the Piascikness and get access to all that stuff over there if you didn't want to be an official member. And then we got a sticker club. Stickers go out every month. We got official hangouts with the sticker club on Google Meetings. So check it out. Link in the description. All right. I think we're ready to switch over to the iPad so I can start drawing some names. And don't forget to smash my thumbs while you are here. First up, Imani Dior. Let me put on some background music. Get my sketchy pencil ready. Bring down the smoothing so I can work quickly. Oh, we gotta name them. We can't have untitled up on the screen the whole time. Names. Get rid of the time. There we go. They were very official. Names. April 11th. Shout out to my BFF Josh Lafayette, who's been on some of my live streams as a special guest. We've done some collabos together. Today is his 40th birthday. Happy birthday, Josh. Okay. How do I spell this? I-A-M. No, well, I'm just saying letters. I-M-A. Hey, that made me say, I am a knee. Like, I am... Listen, sometimes I do the live stream at 10, and sometimes I do it at 10:30. I did it at 10:30 today, and I was like, oh, I can get some stuff done ahead of time. And I was, like, doing some brain-intensive stuff where I had to, like, write out some concepts for things and respond to emails, and it takes my brain power. So now I feel extra noodly in the brain. Okay, where are we gonna start with this? I don't know. I kind of want to do some like really round script for Imani for some reason, and then maybe like a bigger Dior situation. Maybe that's too big, but I don't know. Let's well, we can experiment. We're figuring stuff out. We don't know what we're doing. You know what? I got an idea. I wonder if I feel like the Dior is like simple enough letters that maybe we could just do really ultra bold, like kind of fit together, and then we could like knock the Imani lettering out of it. So like Dior is a solid shape, like super bold, because like the letters would still be recognizable. Yeah, let's do something with this. Let's use a let's make this tighter. So I'm going to lower the opacity on this. I'm going to grab the vector. I'm going to use my gritty vector presets for this so that I can get some clean lines. Okay, so let's use a ruler. We're going to use a ruler. We're getting very math here. And then we can be more playful with the my one issue with this freaking ruler thing is like, how do you, like, I never know what I'm supposed to do to rotate it, and like sometimes it just works and sometimes it doesn't. There we go. It's like, how? What are the rules? I don't know. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how wide I want these things. I think I'm not ready for the ruler anymore. Okay. Sorry, I'm figuring this out as I go. Let's grab a circle. I'm using tools right now. Hater all you ship to the Middle East? I believe I do. I think I have worldwide shipping. I don't know exactly what like every single country I can do labels to, but usually I can. I know this looks like confusing and messy right now, but I think it'll make sense in a minute. You guys just don't have my vision in my head that I have, so I feel like I know what's happening, but I think it's gonna make more sense soon. All right, let's cut this up. Ed Sandwich, you said you're wearing your Care About Other People shirt right now. I love to hear it. Thank you. Thank you for getting one of my shirts, and thank you for wearing it. That is just such a lovely thing. Okay, let's we gotta do some fixing up on those curves on the D, but that's okay. We can do that. Okay, let's get rid of that. And then let's clean this up. What am I doing? I was on the wrong brushes, started drawing on the other layer. Okay, that is good. We just gotta... All right, now that we got this, what I'm gonna do now is bring down the opacity and then grab this and we will copy. We can delete that. Paste. All right. Now, going to just make this a little bigger. A little bigger. One icon pick. You said the paint splattering on you should be a GIF. Yeah. I only got that footage in a time lapse, and it's not that. It's not as good as it would have been if it was actual video clip. But yes, it would have been. Viv E said the unknown ruler rules. P Frogsms said, hey, you started watching your videos and you're bed sick from work using Fresco instead of Procreate. Well, I'm sorry that you are stuck in bed, but I'm glad that my stuff has been enjoyable or helpful or one of those things. I think the, we just gotta, this is a little too far away. Oops. And I think we just gotta shift it a tiny bit. Cool. I hope you like it. I think that's fun. What's next? Well, let's check the list. What do you got for me, Matt? Viviana. Was that who I just responded to in the question? Viviana. Okay. What on earth are we gonna do? We got tons of angles, so many repeating shapes. Do we want to lean into that? That's a question. That's a question I have. Maybe it's a question you have. Because it's like we got all these repeating shapes, but like that, and then it's like that. That's the same. It's just like a pattern. The problem is the I, then like these V's. Oh, but then that. Oh, we forgot. I already forgot a letter. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Maybe we just play around and see where it takes us. No, I already want to bail on that. Do we want to? This is like everything's already on this angle. I don't want to just go straight forward script like that. I feel like that's not that interesting. Let's see. What can we do for you, Viviana? A Shepherd, you said, if I had $1 for every time I sighed because I thought I could freehand something and then had to dig through my bag to find your clear flexible ruler, I wouldn't be rich, but it'd be nice. Okay, that's funny. Hater said, you'll check the store. Quick question, where do you get inspiration for your lettering ideas? I think it's just this like banked pile of inspiration. Used to be a graphic designer, did, you know, went to school for design, so like studied type stuff, was always into like drawing band logos and like weird cartoon stuff and comics. So I feel like it's just like a pile of all that stuff in my brain, hanging out. I am stumped. I think you broke me, Viviana. What if we switch things up a little bit? So it's like the VI, and then we what? There's just all these angles that don't want to work together. They're breaking me. I can't draw your name. It's too hard. What we're gonna do is look at this and think, okay, maybe something in here is fun, but is it? Not much of it is, but there might be something. We're gonna play around. I can't. When I'm like trying to do rough sketching and my pencil is like super small and tight, that is too much. All right, what's happening here? Did we keep spelling it right? We did that so far, I think. I see you people chatting, but I can't talk to you right now because I don't know how to draw this name. It's not there yet. It's actually worse than I thought when I turned up when I just like looked at it on its own. I think that A at the end is too much. There's like a lot of it's hot garbage. Let's look in the chat. Skippy, you said, did you cuss when you paint canned yourself, or were you too busy spitting it out? I was furious. I don't remember exactly what I said. But I wasn't happy. I will say that. But yes, there was paint in my mouth, and that was terrible. I'm gonna say, for some reason, this name is the one I've struggled with the most out of any of my live streams. How do you feel about that, Viviana? How do you feel about taking me down? Oops. There's too much like perfect repetition. And just like the right amount of letters that are tricky to put next to each other, like with the negative space. All right, we're getting a little closer. At some point, we've got to get there because we're only on name 2, and I got to do more than that. I see the crying emojis in the OMG. I'm sorry. I'm just being silly. Can I make this connection work? That's the real question. So if like this comes down, like this, and then maybe this is like taller, so kind of dot those eyes. It's like subtle little tweaks. Like I feel like you all might be sitting there saying, hey, you keep drawing the same thing over and over again, and yet it doesn't get any better. But I think it's getting us there. We're getting gonna be close enough. And I think it's you may not notice the subtle refinements, but I feel like it's happening. I think we're just about there. I'm wondering if we can like pull it all together with like a little like a shape situation. You all know that, well, you might know that I do this kind of thing often where it's like we pull it all together with like a little little house for it to live in. Okay, so what I want to do is... Where's my dang magic wand? Okay, let's make a selection and invert that selection. And then on this layer, I just want to fill this in and look at the shape. And I go, okay, that's a pretty cool shape. Yeah, I think that shape can work. So we're gonna go with it. So let's bring down the opacity. Bring down the opacity on this. And then let's do a tighter version of the... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Go back to the classic anchor. I'm gonna go thicker. AJ McCracken, you said, I know you usually work very iteratively. Was it the same when you were doing daily drawings, or were there times when you just went with the first thing you scribbled? Well, so at the very beginning of the daily drawing, I did them in a sketchbook, and it was just a quick, rough drawing. So they were pretty crude at the beginning. Like, I was no sketching. It was just like one and done. But as time went on, I got more serious, and then especially when I started working digitally, then like I always would sketch something. But I mean, there were times when I would be more loose and try to like not be iterative. Like, I'm currently working on a drawing that I've just been like doodling on when I don't have anything else to do, and I'm trying to just not this line down here. I'm trying to like not redo anything and just like go with whatever happens to just loosen up a little bit, because sometimes I feel like I may have gotten a little bit too tight on some things. Maybe I'm losing some energy, or I'm just trying to like keep things fresh a little bit, or not rely on doing the same things over and over again. So I don't know, I think there's a good mix. I don't even know what I was answering anymore. Okay, let's get rid of all this other stuff. Delete that. Turn that up. Viviana, I hope you like it. I'm sorry that I lashed out and struggled. What is next? Let's see if I can do the next one with a little bit more grace, if you will. Scotty, you said the mind must wrap around the foot. Michael Scott. Yes. Paola, sorry if I'm saying that wrong. You said hi from Guatemala. Hi. Godsbane. Hello from Australia. Well, for me, I'm in Australia. I didn't mean to suggest that all of Australia are extended. I think they are. I would say that everyone in Australia is saying hi to me. So thank you for that. Next up is Mark R. Got another short name and just a letter. What are we going to do with that? I mean, I feel like it's just one letter. It's like an important letter. So like maybe we got to build around it. Like maybe we make a cool R. You know what? I think there's a rad R in my... When I say rad, I don't want to toot my own horn, but in my lettering frameworks shape kit, if you don't know about this, this is a thing you can get in my shop. I'm not even trying to advertise this right now, but I just remembered this R in here, and maybe I might use it. Do something. Actually, I don't know if this one will work for what I want to do, but well, you know what? We're gonna let's make it a selection, and we'll fill it in as a vector so we can scale it up. Maybe squish it. I mean, maybe we'll do something with it. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe? Maybe? Thank you for the super chat set, Pixels. I forgot to say how these things go at the beginning of the live stream. I guess I was not in the zone. So I try to keep things fair by doing these like first come, first serve, starting at the top of the chat when I go live. And then there's the ability to jump the line if you so desire, using a super chat of $20 and up. So, you know, there's that. Those are the rules. I'm trying to see if I can connect this in a way that's not annoying. That's stupid. That's stupid right in the face. No, it doesn't need to connect. It's just sort of pointing up at it so it like visually loops. That's what's happening. All right, let's work with this. I think what I'm going to do is make some guides to give this a little bit of structure. Just going to grab pink so it's easier to see. Let's see. I know this might look like chaos, and I apologize for that, but it's gonna help me to like make this feel a little bit more cohesive, I think. Okay, so we got this situation, and now I'm gonna go ahead and just do a tighter version based on this stuff. I think I'm gonna stick with the vector so I can trim some stuff and get some sharp edges. I like making things connect, like use the same lines. So I think I'm gonna try to do that here. We'll see if it works. Vivi, you said you did amazing. I appreciate it, and thanks for taking it on, even though it was tough. Well, I didn't know it was going to be tough at the beginning, but I gotta just do the names as they come. I can't just pick and choose. I gotta keep things fair. So, you know, I appreciate the challenge. I actually never know what's gonna. Well, sometimes I can tell if something's gonna be tricky, but I didn't know yours was gonna be tricky, to be honest. I also probably could have just pretended I wasn't struggling, and maybe it would have been fine. I do that sometimes. Like sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is gonna work, and then like that's what I'm thinking, but I don't show it. Actually, I do show it every time I get real quiet. It's because I'm like really trying to get through something. I'm a little bit apprehensive about this one, to be perfectly honest. And like right now, it's a big mess, and I think I got to do some trimming to see, because it could be at a point where it's like, we need to retreat because this is bad. But I don't honestly know. So I'm gonna cut out some of this mess and look at it, and then we can assess. We can say, hey, that's a hot mess. What did you think you were doing there? Aren't you supposed to be better at this? I would say, hey, don't be so mean to me. I'm trying really hard. All right, let's draw a counter for this R. And let's fill these letters in. I think we just might need to make the top of the M a little bit thicker. But let's do the R first. Let's turn off this sea of distractions. Yeah, I think it just needs a little bit more weight at the top of the M over here. Outside edge is a problem. David Cox, you said, you'd like to know more about your tattoos, Chris. As an illustrator, did you design them yourself, or what was the process like? No, I tend to hate my own work fairly quickly. So I would, like, I do have a couple things that I like sort of designed, but I would rather get work from other artists that I like than my own stuff, because even if I'm satisfied with something at the time, I can always like find issues with it. Like I'm a very harsh critic of my own work. So if I had to look at it all the time, I'd be like, ugh, idiot. What did you do? Oh, these are on different layers. Okay. Just about there. I just want to All right, Mark R. I hope you like it. Next up on the list is Set Pixels. That's a weird name. You're not making me do a logo for you, are you? Is that 2 words? Can I do it as 2 words, or does it have to be 1 word? Because I hate long words. Well, let's see what we got X's. X's are always tricky. Maybe we can put like the I. Or what? I don't know. Like, I get that there's that this is pixels, and you would think you would go to pixels right off the bat, but I'm not doing that. 2 is fine. Okay, thanks. I'm just playing around. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I mean, I don't like anything about this yet, but we can iterate and see, like, okay, well, what doesn't suck? That's the first question you ask. And you go, okay, well, what if this was like a bigger X? And then this like a bigger script thing. I don't know. And then this just goes right into the S. You ever think about that? And then what about over here? What do we do with this? I don't know. We do something. We just keep trying. Just keep trying until we get there. Put like it's like almost like the dot of the eye or something. I don't know. Like, do we like anything that's happening yet? I don't know. I'm not sure. But sometimes I have to just bring down the opacity and look at it again and think, what is happening here that is not trash? Camille sorry. You said, greetings from Poland. I, as you may have guessed from my last name, have the Polish ancestry. So shout out to my people in the poll. Shout out to my pierogi people. I kind of like what is happening with pixels here. It's kind of fun. I think it's just trying to figure out what to do with set. Like, I think this is kind of interesting and fun and playful. It's just like, how do we set it off? Maybe like the thin line work for a set is a nice contrast to the bold, chunky letters of pixels. I'll say we can tighten this up, do a better version of it. I think I want to lean into the overlap and like the bubbliness of these letters. I think I'll use the crispy liner. You know what? I'm gonna use vector so I can do some trimming, but I'm gonna use my crispy liner so I can get some clean lines because I want it to be what is happening here? Oh, vector. Okay. What I wanted to do was like get some nice tapers where they overlap a little bit. Actually, let's do this full line. That's not what I wanted. I want to trim some of this because I'm a little unsure. I want to make sure it's looking like I want it to. Got to do a little touch up over there, I think, but we'll get there. Oops. Remember what I said about when I get quiet? Actually, I don't like that connection there. Joyce, you said you caught me live. This is your first time here. I love your tutorial. Thank you so much. I appreciate you tuning in live. I think I want to give this like a little bit of a 3D situation to help with like the separation for some of these letters. And also contrast the thin set lettering even more. All right. I hope you like it. We got a really short one next. Rebexy, you said greetings from Germany. Thank you so much. R. Geisler, you said, gotta say, you inspire me to up my illustration. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Megan Cooksey, you said, the process is my favorite part. Seeing you work through the process is the most helpful aspect. I'm glad to hear. Sometimes it is a struggle, but it's a fun struggle usually. Okay, a really short one. These are tricky names today. You guys are messing with me, I think. AMAS. There's like nothing to work with. I feel like it's harder for me. Like some people might assume when it's like a short name like this, it's gonna be easier. Nope, not the case. I'm wondering if I could like do something with the and like keep it separate, like maybe the S is like an outline or something, and then that's how it would read differently, maybe. I don't know what this is. Let's explore. Let's explore what we're doing here. Oh, see, that's a problem. We're not in this. I need to be in my sketchy brush. I can't be sketching in tight line work. my Titan line work brush. That does not work for me. I need it to look like a pencil. Otherwise, it's way too serious. I think we're gonna go with this. I don't know what this is like. I don't know. I'm like exaggerating that corner because I kind of like the way it does that little point in the middle, but I feel like we need to exaggerate the angle at the top a little bit more. So it's clearly not looking like it's supposed to be round, but it's not. I think this is another one that needs the vector because of these curves. So I'm going to exaggerate this angle more. This is a very weird way of drawing this, but sometimes I like to force myself to like make connections between things in the illustration to like, I don't know, just feel, it makes it like somehow feel more cohesive and more something. But it can be confusing when you're drawing it. And sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it adds a little something. AJ, you said we're much more mean in his head than we are in his belly. Yeah, that's probably absolutely for sure. I just picture you all yelling at me being like, "What are you doing? This is trash." But in reality, that's just what I'm saying to myself. This is getting confusing looking. We got to do some trimming. That's weird, but we're going to fill that in anyway, so I think it'll be fine. You know what? I just realized this sort of defeats the whole point where I was like trying to make it separate so it doesn't look like it's one word. I think we got to do something to make the AMA, different from the S. Maybe we'll do like a line in the center of the S, like a little hairline. Wait, no, let's keep this black and let's just erase. All right. I hope you like it. It's a different one. What do we got next? Sean Smart. You're so smart, Sean. Sean? I don't know why I'm writing it in script. I guess it makes less noise. I'm gonna do some wiggly letters to reset because I feel like I've been doing a lot of math in this one and I just want to flow. Maybe I'll do some like sick of all this math. Megan Cooksey, you said, LOL, love that you tell yourself to not be so mean to yourself when you're imagining other people being mean. Yeah, when you say it like that, it sounds even crazier. All right, we got close. We got close to it working. So let's just move this up a little bit and make Sean just a little smarter. I mean, it's pretty smart, but it's not as smart as it could be. Okay, let's start with the problem areas. Number one problem being this T. And then let's see if we can make the R fit to this shape in a way that is cool. My brush is a little too big, but it's okay. Maybe. We're gonna fill these in and then I'll decide if the brush is too big. I'm just going to redraw these two with a slightly smaller brush. and also because I want to adjust it a little bit. So this was my excuse. It's just like little adjustments, I feel like, make such a big difference. Okay, much better. Let's do the rest. Skippy, you said, I do wish you wouldn't call yourself an idiot. Well, sometimes you gotta call spade a spade. I'm just kidding. I'm not an idiot, but sometimes I do things that I wish I didn't do. Oh, this M is trouble. Maybe. This part was too far over. Let's see. Is that going to be okay? We're going to have to do it. Usually, I think what the problem is here, I went too quickly into the tightened up line work. It needed another level, but we're going to try to make do. Things are starting to get smaller as we go across, and that's one of the reasons why I usually don't do them in order like this. Like, I move around so that you're not inadvertently like changing the scale or like the wiggle zones or like how they interact with each other a little bit at a time, and then it starts to look weird at the end. So if you like spread it out, you can kind of control it a little bit at a time, and it can get better results. But I think if we do the opposite with Sean, where it starts to get smaller to the right and the other one goes smaller to the left, then I think it'll kind of work a little bit better. I don't like the top of that M. We're gonna have to fix that. Camille, you said, that's what I thought about your last name. Yep, got the Polish roots. Godsbane, you said, you should go to bed. It's nearly 1:30. Wow. Yeah, get to bed. I used to always be up really late before I had my kid. I was very much a night person, and I would like sleep late. But not the case. Today, you woke me up at 6, and for many years of my life, I never saw 6 a.m. ever. That was a wild time to be awake. It was only if I had to like get a flight or something would I ever be up that early. Now, it's like every day. Still don't like it though. This is one of those things that I could noodle with for a while, but I'm going to avoid that so I can do another name. All right, Sean. I hope you like it. Okay. What do we got next? You remember when I was complaining about short names before? We got a really long one. Hader. I think that's how you say it. Hadir. Al. Dash Neda. Dowie. Did I spell that right? Okay. Got a long one here. Maybe we should use a something from my lettering framework shape set. What can we use in here? I kind of like the top of this thing. I think that's a fun shape. Just gonna fill that in and bring down the opacity and see if we can just like write it quickly in here. HID. Okay. Now let's see what we can do to make it fun. Maybe we can do something more playful. The first name. Something like that. Let's see. Let's tighten it up. Let's do a better version of it. I sort of need some of those guides still, but I don't want all of them, so I'm just going to do some quick, just baseline. I just don't want to lose that angle. But since I'm going to change the styling a little bit, I'm just want to refine it a little bit. Okay. Illustrating, you said, do you ever want to leave as is with the pencil look? Me? Not that often, because I usually don't do anything. Like, I'm usually staying, like, like it feels to me like I'm figuring something out as opposed to like drawing when I'm using it. Like it doesn't feel like what I want it to look like, I guess. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like a planning stage, and then I really enjoy the process of like refining and tightening it up, so I like that next step. Okay, and let's just do this slightly tighter before I do the tightened up line work. Just because I was pretty willy-nilly when I like sketched it in, so it'll save me some time if I just kind of figure this out a little bit. Okay, cool. Get all this stuff I don't need out of here. Delete. Tighten it up. Nail Robles, you said, thanks to you, you've been doing daily drawings. Any favorite comic book artist? I'm quite a bit out of the loop with comics, unfortunately. So, I don't know. It's been so long. I wish that wasn't the case. I think I want to try something. I had this idea. Rebexy, you said, just noticed the text on your sweatshirt. You only die once. Love it. Thanks. This is a Idols sweatshirt. One of my favorite bands. Illustrating, you said, don't worry, someday he'll be a teenager wondering why you weren't getting him up to yeah, he's turning 4 tomorrow, and I feel like he was just born, so I can only imagine. See that little connection there? I love that. Because this is going to be a drop shadow on the bottom, I'm going to like do this whole all one line. The reason I didn't do the D is because if it's like a round shape, it would break the line a little bit, because otherwise things that have a round bottom, like a butt, if you make them sit above the baseline, like the line that it's sitting on, it'll look too small. So like O's especially, you gotta have them come below the baseline a little bit. That D is a little bit debatable because it's kind of got a flat bottom, but it's typically the case. Hater, you said, thanks so much for the effort. You already love it. Thank you so much. Tanzo Nail Art, you said, I'll have to watch later on BOD, but just wanted to let you know that I appreciate your video so much. Thank you so much. Jenna said, happy birthday, smaller Chris. I will tell him that you said that. Whoops. Where did we miss? Oh, I found it. And Sandwich. Got to see Idols at ACL a few years back. They put on a great show. Hell yeah, I saw them in Boston a few years ago, and it was a delight. They're very good live. Cool. Oh, we missed a little chunkage there. I hope you like it. I think we just need to make a little. I think these need to be a little sharper, and they're a little tall. There we go. Cool. Unfortunately, that's the last one I can do because it's 12 o'clock. I gotta get some work done before I go pick up little Chris. Will said, "Hey, Chris, did you notice the Piascik app in the App Store? It turns any letter into a skull." Wait, what? What are you talking about? Are you talking about my font? But in the App Store? Piascik app? How did that happen? I gotta look into that. Show me an email of what you're talking about. Oh wait, there is one called Classic Piascik, which is very old, but it's like just like digital stickers. That one is real. It's old, but it's real. I don't know about the skull one, but yeah. New video on Tuesday, and I think Tuesday's video is going to be a studio tour where I talk about a lot of the stuff on my shelf. Some of you have been asking about that, so check it out. Another live stream next Friday. This has been fun. Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.